What's up, everybody? Welcome to TNX. Super excited to be here with you all today. Let me start off by introducing myself. I'm Aiden Mcnally. I am the co-founder of Relief Alliance, a nonprofit organization. I'm the president of Wealth Strategy Media, and I also help spearhead the youth program here at TNX. And I'm thrilled to be here alongside Charlie Leroy. She is not just any 10-year-old. She's a prodigy, and she is the brilliant CEO of Charlie Designs. So it's absolutely incredible what she does. Every single thing she designs is done by hand. So that's absolutely crazy. But before we jump in, I want to give a big shout out to our TNX production team. We have my dad, Jeremy McNally. He is the executive producer of the show. We have Jamie Leroy, Charlie's mom, Leroy. Sorry, I always mess that up. And she's an absolute super mom and a powerhouse. And together, her and her daughter, they're just an amazing team. Also, big shout out to Nikki and Robert Graham with saying no to drugs is cool. We have Stephanie Finley with S Finley Photos, John Sprague with Endless Sea Photos, and just thank you to the whole team. And of course, this would not be possible without Eric Zuley and the Easy Way TV platform, because now we have the potential to reach over half a billion homes every single episode. So it's crazy for a new show like this. So I'm going to hand things over to Charlie Leroy, my co-host. So Charlie, why don't you tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
So I'm a designer, actor, and model.
Awesome.
I have my own nonprofit called Charlie Designs a Whole New World. My mom helps me with that. And I love to inspire others. And our uniqueness is what makes us special.
Yeah, 100%. And you mentioned acting in there. You know, you're so young. What first made you want to step in front of the camera, especially at such a young age?
So I memorized everything, and my parents helped this playhouse in Ohio where I used to live. Awesome. I memorized plays, and anytime someone called line, I would feed them the lines.
You know, I wish I could do that. It's hard for me to remember a paragraph. So, shout out to you for being able to do that. You've done a lot of big stuff, especially, as young as you are. You should really be proud of yourself. And I know your mom is too. But you're an actress, you're a designer. What's it like, and a student actually too. What's it like balancing all of those? Do you have a hard time, handling all that, or is it just easy for you now?
Well, you got to take things one thing at a time. Sometimes it is a handful, but I get through it.
Awesome. What do you do? What do you do outside of, your designing and acting? I know that's fun to you, but what else do you do for fun to, get your mind off that stuff?
Well, I like to go to the pool, and I like going camping. Oh. And also I love to hike. I just love nature.
Oh man, tell me about it. We were just in Ridgecrest a couple weeks ago. It's surrounded by mountains. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I want to go skydiving. That's off topic, but that'd be fun. But what's your favorite acting position that you've had so far? Like any specific movies or shows that you've done so far that you just really enjoyed the most?
Well, there was this commercial I did when I was 6. It was NJM commercial, Mascot Under the Bed.
Huh, that's awesome. Do you have a story about that you want to tell everyone?
Well, it was kind of fun to lean over the side of the bed.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, you've done commercials too. I remember when we were getting ice cream, you were telling me some stories. It's crazy what you did. You're so mature for your age, especially business wise. So I'm extremely proud of you. Everyone is, the whole team. But what's your, so you have Charlie Designs. What's your favorite? What is it called in designing? What are the shows called? Fashion shows. What has been your favorite one so far that you've done, or what has been the most challenging one?
I think one of my favorite fashion shows that I've done is Asian Fashion Week. It's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Have you ever had any, what's the most difficult one you've had? Have you ever had a fashion show where you didn't have enough time to plan, or is it usually just go smoothly?
Uh, well, well, all of them are pretty much the same. I never really have too hard of a time, and never very easy.
Awesome. Are the models easy to handle? Because I know we've had some events out there in California. What's it like? What's it like handling all that? Is it go smoothly with them, styling them? Because you have to do everything like on them and make sure they look good before they go out with the clothing.
Most of them are really respectful.
Mhm.
And some of them are new to modeling.
Yeah.
So before a show, sometimes I teach them a little bit about how to model.
That's awesome. So I mean, must say, so you just like go tell them what to do. Yeah, I want to see that process. I really want to come out to one of your shows. Um, soon. We'll be
Yeah.
coming up soon. But yeah. So before we get into our guest, she's amazing. You have a lot to go over with her. You're actually one of her students. But before we do that, let's get right into a commercial break, and yeah, we'll get right to the show.
When disaster strikes, it doesn't just take homes. It takes safety and it takes hope.
Aiden and I, we've stood side by side with families that have lost everything in one moment and became homeless. All it takes is one act of kindness to change everything for them.
And that's why me and my dad started Relief Alliance, to help individuals overcome their toughest moments.
But we can't do it alone. There's families out there right now that need your help.
And for the price of 2 cups of coffee, you can provide a family food, clothes, water, and shelter every single month. Donate today at reliefalliance.org.
That's reliefalliance.org. Please be the hope that a family needs tomorrow. Thank you.
EZedway Interactive. Start connecting the EZedway. Are you ready to connect like never before? Introducing the EZedway Interactive app, your ultimate social solutions network. Whether you're looking to network, collaborate, or simply share ideas, EZedway makes it easy to engage with like-minded individuals and organizations. Discover innovative solutions, join exciting discussions, and expand your horizon, all in one powerful platform. Don't miss out on the future of social networking. Download EZedway Interactive now and unlock endless possibilities.
Awesome. So welcome back, everyone, to TNX. We're just about to get into our guest. And Charlie, I'll let you introduce her because you are one of her students. So.
Thank you, Aiden. Okay, today's special guest, Miss Tara Rice. Tara Rice is an award-winning pageant coach and director of the Miss West Coast Pageant. She's an excellent model teacher, actress, and mother of 2 boys. Welcome, Tara. Can you share a little bit more about yourself?
Yes, thank you for the introduction, Charlie, and thank you for having me on this wonderful show. I feel like it's such a great inspirational show to be a part of. So when Charlie told me about it, I said, I'm all in. Okay, so Charlie, yes, I first want to talk about my backstory with Charlie. Charlie came to me when she was only 5 years old, and she had a curiosity about becoming a model and actor. And she, from the moment I met her, I knew she was like this old soul. She just had this, personality of wanting to learn and grow, but also she acted like an adult, even at the age of 5, and that's why I always said, you're an old soul, you're very wise beyond your years. But she's been such a blessing to have in my modeling classes. And I was fortunate enough to have her also as a former title holder, where she has grown in so many ways, doing exceptional work with her nonprofit organization, which she kind of combines with her skill set now as a fashion designer. So I am so proud of Charlie. And it's just wonderful to be able to grow and work with her. And that is my goal ultimately. As a pageant director, coach, and mentor and modeling coach, I want to help my students not just learn how to walk on stage and pose and smile, right? And I don't want to just teach them how to compete in a pageant. I want to be their best friend. I want to motivate them. I want to inspire them to achieve their goals and to have them dream big, because it only takes one person to believe in you. And sometimes that one person can make a huge difference in your life. And that's why I say I'm more of a mentor than just a coach, because I work hand in hand with the girls and women that I work with. And I really help them along their journey, whether it's their pageantry journey or breaking into the industry and the entertainment industry, or just achieving their goals in school and work. I really want to help them in many different ways. And that's really the heart of it, of me wanting to, inspire, teach, and uplift the girls and women that I work with. But I've had my pageant production, Miss West Coast Productions, now for going on 13 years. It's something I'm very proud of. I truly enjoy the work that I get to do, because I get to meet hundreds of girls and women every single year that put the trust in me to teach them. And, pageantry is more than just walking on stage and competing in beautiful gowns and sportswear and swimwear. It's really about teaching the girls and women about giving back to their communities, being leaders in their communities, and also, just finding a cause that is important to them, something that they're passionate about doing in their lives and making a big impact and difference. And that's why I love Charlie so much, because she has done that. She has, yes, she's taken my classes on how to model, but she's done so much more than just learning the basics. She took it upon herself to start her own nonprofit organization, not just partner with a nonprofit, but she wanted to do something that she wanted to create. And it's such a beautiful thing that she's doing now with the work, here in LA, with all the fashion shows she's been a part of. You can really see what her purpose and passion is, and it goes beyond the designs. And that's what it's about. And that's what it's about for me as well with my business. It's really making sure that I am striving and doing my due diligence to teach the girls and women to be their best on and off the stage. And when it's off the stage, hopefully they're in their community doing volunteer work or advocating for their causes. My pageant system is a platform focused pageant system. So we really do put the focus on developing platforms that work for each individual girl and title holder that come through my production company. And outside of that, I'm also an actress, model, and host. It's something that I've been doing for 20 plus years. Now that I have two boys, I have a 7 and 10-year-old. And now that I'm a mother, I get to do like family auditions with my family. And that's kind of what we've been doing the last 5 years. And I'm also a soccer and baseball mom. If I'm not in the studio teaching girls how to walk, talk, and pose, then I am either at the baseball field or the soccer field.
Man, that's awesome. That's such a thought out answer. And, your kids are so lucky to have, such an amazing mom. What you've done with Charlie, I can't imagine, how many people's lives you've changed and affected in a good way. So just, thank you for everything that you do. Yeah. Go on.
Sorry. You had an amazing pageant this year. How excited are you for nationals soon?
I'm glad you asked. Yes, the United States pageant is coming up next weekend. So you can watch the United States pageant streaming live on November 3rd and 4th. So currently I am teaching my reigning state title holders for this big national competition coming up next weekend, where I hope everyone to tune in to get an idea of what our pageant system's all about. And, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears goes into preparing these girls for a national pageant. Charlie knows firsthand. What did you like best about your national pageant experience, Charlie?
Well, I really enjoyed being around new people and making new friends. It was just a lot of fun.
Yes, they I feel like our pageant system really kind of just does their best with putting together what we call sisterhood events, where all the sister queens, all the title holders from different states come together and they do fun events together, which are usually focused on a specific platform or cause that one of the national title holders has. Again, it teaches the girls and women how to support each other, not just their own causes, but it teaches you how to collaborate and uplift and work with other individuals.
I still talk with them too.
Oh, good. I'm so happy to hear that. I mean, that is the goal, and that's where those relationships start, is those experiences that you have, not just at the state pageant and then the national pageant, but outside of that is building those relationships with other individuals that are like-minded, like you, that are really striving to make an impact in their communities.
How old were you when you started modeling, and what inspired you to be a model?
Well, great question. So my family and friends inspired me to get into modeling because when I was a teen, I was very insecure. I did not have the confidence to pursue a career in modeling. It was not on my radar. I really wanted to become a teacher, and that's what I went to college for, was to become a teacher. I wanted to teach elementary school age kids or become a studio teacher where I'd be teaching child actors on set. And that was my goal. So it was my family that really kind of pushed me into it, saying, you should give it a try, because I was always tall and skinny. And I think a lot of times when girls or boys are built a certain way, sometimes people are like, well, you should try modeling, that might be something fun for you. But I actually didn't pursue it until I won Miss Teen California All-American. And when I won my state title, that is essentially what gave me the confidence to pursue modeling. It wasn't until that point where I kind of built that confidence within myself. And that is something that I always tell everyone. Pageantry is not just a competition. Pageantry helps build leaders and self-confidence and self-worth. And that is something that it did for me. And so it was an easy decision to become a pageant director because I reflected upon my early experiences as a teen and how it transformed the person that I am today. And if it wasn't for those early pageantry experiences, I don't believe I would have ever kind of fell into the modeling acting industry.
Man, I love that. But before we get into the next questions, we got to go to a commercial break real quick. So I'll see you guys right after.
Join the fastest growing community of professionals on the internet with OWL. Access new networks and otherwise unreachable professional contacts through the one-on-one call feature on the app. Scroll through the list of available professionals and join them for a quick call to build rich connections, expand invaluable relationships, and to broaden your professional landscape without needing lofty referrals. OWL. We bring vetted pros to your doorstep 24/7 on demand. Join our community by signing up at owl.com today.
Let me make your next outfit so together we can make a difference. Changing the world one dress at a time. I love to inspire people of all ages to find their own gifts and talents, to love themselves for who they are. Our uniqueness is what makes us special. I love to make custom pieces for special occasions. Proceeds from sales helps me help others. I'm the founder and CEO of my own nonprofit, Charlie Designs a Whole New World.
Awesome. Welcome back, everyone, to Teen X. It's been such an amazing episode so far. Tara, I have a question for you. When did you first realize that you wanted to pursue the field that you're in? Did you ever have a specific moment that was like, this is what I want to do?
Yes, it was shortly after I turned the age of 30, because at that point I was still modeling and acting full time, but I wanted to establish a career that I could have full control over and still have the ability to be a stay-at-home mom. I knew it was important for me to be a hands-on mother to my children when they were young, And so I knew if I started my own business, I could create that flexibility. And like I said earlier, it was kind of an easy decision to become a pageant director because I remembered how it transformed me and really gave me the skill set to succeed in many different ways throughout my life. And so I wanted to be able to share those tools with others. And so it felt like a good fit. And because I was still really involved with the pageantry community in my early 30s, it was a kind of an easy transition to start my own production company.
And I love that. I love how you're passing back to the next generation, especially being hands-on with your kids. And that's such an important thing. Not all parents really understand that they should be. They think that they can just, go to work, but it really does have an effect on your kids growing up and as they age through life. So Charlie, I'll let you take on the next question.
Can you share something you were told as a kid or teen that left a big impact on you and still helps you to this day?
There's so many. I mean, I have so many mottos and inspirational quotes that really have transformed me, and again, of who I am today. But one simple one was by a film director that I worked with in my early 20s. And he would always say, where there's a will, there's a way. And as simple as that one sounds, it sticks with me all the time because I remind myself if I have the will to do it and the passion to do something just like a simple task as far as, okay, I have to get through my to-do list today. It seems very overwhelming, but I'm going to make it happen. I always remember it's the will to keep going and that drive that I push myself to be the best in everything I do and to show up. And I think it just comes to prioritizing if it's a schedule issue, being a busy working mom with the sports and school and my career, it can be a balancing act. But I always remember where there's that will, there's that way. We can always find a way to make things work, but we have to put the effort in to make that happen.
Yeah, I like that.
So awesome. Have you ever faced like any really difficult challenges that you had to overcome to keep pursuing your dream?
Absolutely, many, but one that really stands out to me was during the pandemic. That was no easy task to produce a pageant production during the thick of COVID. And I had to get really creative in the way that I was going to do that. During that year in 2020, I had over 100 contestants signed up for that production company. And so many of the girls, teens, and women kept reaching out to me. Is the pageant still going to happen? I'm really excited about it. And I kept going back and forth in my mind. Am I going to do this or should I just wait till next year? I mean, we're in these uncertainty times. And my number one priority was to keep everyone safe, of course. But as the months kept going by, I realized that I had to give these girls something to look forward to. And so many of them were out there spreading love, kindness, and joy to those that were in desperate need during those times. Some of my title holders were going to senior homes, where they couldn't see any family. They had no visitors, but my title holders would go there and drop off cookies or send them letters to give them that hope that we all needed during those dark times. Or I'd have my title holder go to a children's hospital and drop off, I think one of them dropped off stuffed animals to them and toys to play with during that time. Just those little acts of kindness make such a huge impact and difference, especially during those darkest days. And I realized that I had to make that pageant happen that year to give everybody light and hope. And my biggest challenge was just putting on a production that was still safe. I limited the amount of audience members we had. I split the pageant up into 6 different show times, so I didn't have more than 15 girls together at once, and everyone was spread out, and it was chaotic, but good chaotic. Everyone wanted to be there. I still had 80 plus girls show up in June of 2020, and I had amazing state title holders that did an exceptional job given the circumstances, and we all learned how to adapt. And there's always a silver lining. I learned how to be resilient during that year. Being resilient is really important. And then I also realized, the importance of family and community. And lastly, I learned how to use technology better. So that was the plus too. I was like, wait, I can teach classes on Zoom and then people don't have to come to me and travel hours, to get from San Diego to LA to meet with me. So I became very efficient with Zoom and all these other technology advances we have today. So I always like to look at the bright side of things.
God, I love that. And I love how selfless that is, that you weren't just doing it for you. You wanted to, give the youth something to look forward to, especially during COVID. That was a hard time for everyone. Social distancing, no school, so thank you for doing that. But we have a couple more minutes left, so we gotta get going. But thank you so much, Tara, for coming on here. I really appreciate you taking the time. Charlie, if you have any last questions, you can ask them if you want.
Can you share something your kids taught you?
Not to be a perfectionist. I don't have time to be a perfectionist. And, I have learned that it's okay not to do everything perfect. Sometimes we wake up and we envision how our day is going to go, and it doesn't. Someone gets sick, someone gets hurt. Life happens, and we can't always control things that are out of our control. And so I have learned to let go some of those ideals in my mind of like, okay, I'm going to wake up, we're going to go to school, and then we're going to go to sports, and then I'm going to do my job. Sometimes it doesn't work out the way we planned. And so I just have learned to just be adaptable to anything that's thrown my way and to kind of let go of the perfectionist that I used to be. And I feel like that's a positive thing.
Thank you, Tara, for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed sharing with kids and teens on TNX TV.
Thank you so much, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Awesome. Well, before we get into our outro, guys, let's go right into a quick commercial break. I'm such an amazing guest. This is such an awesome episode, and I'm so excited to be here. So let's get into the commercial break.
When disaster strikes, it doesn't just take homes. It takes safety and it takes hope.
Aiden and I, we've stood side by side with families that have lost everything in one moment and became homeless. All it takes is one act of kindness to change everything for them.
And that's why me and my dad started Relief Alliance, to help individuals overcome their toughest moments.
But we can't do it alone. There's families out there right now that need your help.
And for the price of 2 cups of coffee, you can provide a family food, clothes, water, and shelter every single month. Donate today at reliefalliance.org.
That's reliefalliance.org. Please be the hope that a family needs tomorrow. Thank you.
Good game.
You will get the most reward with the GOAT 14 million. You will get the most reward.
EZedway Interactive. Start connecting the EZedway. Are you ready to connect like never before? Introducing the EZedway Interactive app, your ultimate social solutions network. Whether you're looking to network, collaborate, or simply share ideas, EZedway makes it easy to engage with like-minded individuals and organizations. Discover innovative solutions, join exciting discussions, and expand your horizon, all in one powerful platform. Don't miss out on the future of social networking. Download EZedway Interactive now and unlock endless possibilities.
Let me make your next outfit so together we can make a difference. Changing the world one dress at a time. I love to inspire people of all ages to find their own gifts and talents, to love themselves for who they are. Our uniqueness is what makes us special. I love to make custom pieces for special occasions. Proceeds from sales helps me help others. I'm the founder and CEO of my own nonprofit, Charlie Designs a Whole New World.
Awesome. Welcome back, everybody. Today was such an amazing episode. Thank you for being here with me, Charlie. We are out of time right now, so thank you so much for being an amazing guest. And Charlie, do you have anything to say before we get going?
Thank you, Aiden. I think we had an amazing day today.
Awesome. Yeah, it was great. So yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in to our third episode. When we're just getting started, and this really is just the beginning. And then a big shout out again to our team, our production team, my dad, Jeremy Mcnally, our executive producer and showrunner, Jamie Leroy, Charlie's mom, and such an amazing super mom. It's crazy what they do together. We have Tanaki and Robert Graham with Saying No to Drugs is Cool, Stephanie Finley with S. Finley Photos, and John Sprague with Endlessly Pictures. So thank you all so much. If you like today's episode, make sure to follow us, stay connected, and keep spreading the word about TNX. And we'll keep bringing you amazing stories, inspiration, and young leaders making a difference. So thank you guys so much, and I hope everyone has a great rest of your day.